All right, welcome back to the Screamin' Deals Day. This is Screamin' Deals number 2, and it's from the best camera store. It's from our friends at B&H. And B&H knows all about photography and lighting and all kinds of electronics and stuff like that. But this one is for photographers, videographers, live streamers. It's a really cool light. Now, that said, it has so much control. I had a chance to tinker with this, and I'm going to show it to you. This is the deal for the Screamin' Deals right now. This is a Luxy Fiddle Pocket RGBW, and it's an LED light with a magnetic honeycomb grid. So this is the light, but let me show you the back side of it. There's a live LCD. So you can control this device here with these dials, but there's a free app and it works on iOS and Android. And what's really cool about it is that you can remote control it and get it to do all kinds of stuff that you might want to do. If you're a still photographer, you can get constant light in any visible color of light. I mean, just anywhere, and very, very accurate. And then if you're a videographer, you can have it doing things. You can have it animate things. So just to give you an idea, I downloaded the software to my iPhone, and just in a couple of minutes of tinkering with it, and honestly, I haven't spent a ton of time with it, I know that I can go through the entire rainbow of colors just touching my screen. See? So just dragging across here. Now watch the light itself. You see how it's changing colors. And I'm going to bring down the intensity so that it shows up a little better on video. Okay. So it goes from red through the entire rainbow, and that's just me dragging my finger. There's an RGB version. So however you think about colors, whether it's RGB or the scale that looks like this, however you best think about managing colors, there is a way for you to control it. Okay? And then there are also some special effects and some gels. Let me talk to you about the gels. When you're a photographer and you set up a light and you want it tinted with a very specific tint, you put a gel, or old school, we used to put a gel in front of that light, and still a lot of videographers do that, photographers. And now you've got 150 gels built into the software. So you can pick the exact color of gel that you want and tint whatever original light you have. So you could have, for example, a tungsten light and then tint it with a blue gel if that's the effect that you want to do. And you can do all that inside this app. There are also some special effects, and this was kind of fun. I was tinkering with this a little while ago. You can create special effects for lighting in videos. So you could have like a fire going, and it kind of has this little light pulsing glow. There's a fireworks mode, and there's a lightning mode. Let me do the lightning mode here. It's kind of cool. And if that's just offset and you're filming a scene, you could have the effect of lightning going on. You can have the effect of paparazzi, right? So they've got those flash strobes going on. And this one, I think I want to put this on my dashboard in my car driving home. So it's blue, red, blue, red. Yeah, I think that'd get me in trouble. But you could have something like that in any kind of scene. So think about it, videographers and photographers. Obviously you're not going to use, for still photographers, you're not going to use the animations, but there's any kind of control that you want to have on this light, you can have. It's a very, very bright light, and it'll last for up to 3 hours on a single charge. It comes with the charging gear that you need, right? So the cable and the wall adapter. And this kit also comes with this honeycomb grid. And this is really cool and handy. It's magnetic, so it just magnetically goes right in place. So you can control that light. I think it said 36 or 38 degrees control. Magnetic honeycomb grid, 2800 to 10,000 degrees Kelvin on the light. It's got that integrated battery that I talked to you about. You could also, if you wanted to, plug in the charging cable and make it last for longer than 3 hours, but just the battery itself at full power with the light set on full brightness, 3 hours runtime. And then the Bluetooth control that I'm using with my iPhone, and also works with Android with the free app called Luxy Composer. That app works with Bluetooth 5, which if you have a Bluetooth 5 device, that's like 100 feet away you can control this thing. And just an amazing product, very, very versatile, very portable and mobile. And I can't even go through all the features, but it has like a 1/4-20 socket on the narrow end and on the wide end. So if you want to mount this with some kind of camera mount, you can do that with the 1/4-20 mounts. And again, like I said, you can control it manually, but you're going to appreciate being able to control it from your smartphone, iPhone or Android. Now, this by itself is a pretty impressive light. With the grid, it adds a little bit more to the cost of the product. You'll be able to go to the B&H website and find the Luxy Fiddle Pocket RGBW LED light with the magnetic honeycomb grid. It's normally $269.95. You'll find it on sale on the B&H website. If you go there right now, it's like $218 or something like that. Make sure that you take a screenshot of this screen, because the Kelby discount code is going to get it all the way down to $189.95. And that's only valid today. So at midnight tonight, and I don't know if that's midnight Eastern, but B&H is in the Eastern time zone, I would guess so. So midnight tonight, only today can you get this deal. If you go to the website, you'll see it there for $218 or so. Make sure you use the Kelby code BHKelbyCM22, that's all capitals, and do that in the checkout process, and you'll get that reduced price. The quick way to get to that spot on the B&H website, as you can see, it's kel.by/SD2. That's a quick way to get there. We're also doing some special deals for KelbyOne. KelbyOne Pro annual membership is the best deal right now that it ever is. It will never be lower than this all year long. It has never been lower than this all year long. It's $149. It's the best price of the year. Go to KelbyOne.com, and that's going to end tomorrow at midnight. So $149, that is the lowest price of the year. It's just for Screamin' Deals Cyber Monday. And then also, one of the things that KelbyOne is known for is these great conferences that we put on, a bunch of them every year. I think there were 6 or 7 this year. And so there are these 2-day conferences that train on a topic like iPhone photography or how to make money as a photographer. And then there's also the multi-day, 4-day, I think, Photoshop World event. And all of these are now online sessions. And so we've recorded them. And the people that attended those originally enjoy the benefits of being able to watch the playback for a full year. Well, now you have access to the playback for all of those events for an entire year also, and you can buy an individual playback for whichever one you want, whether it's Photoshop World or one of those conferences. And the fantastic price is a screamin' deal. So that's only going to happen right about now at KelbyOneLive.com. So quick summary, this amazing light, this Luxy light that has the downloadable software so you can control it from your phone. It's got those special effects. It's got all kinds of cool stuff that you can do with it. It's also got this magnetic grid. That whole thing is worth $268.95. There is a special deal on the B&H website right now. Brings it down to around $218, $219, something like that. But our special deal is even better. Our special deal for only today, $189.95, as long as you use that code BHKelbyCM22, all capital letters. Use that during checkout, and you can access it. And a quick wrap up on the KelbyOne Pro Annual Membership, $149, the best price of the year. Go to KelbyOne.com. That's going to end tomorrow at midnight Eastern. And then the conference replays that I told you about, they're going to be all kinds of different prices based on the conference, but you could save up to $160 on the playback, and you get playback access to all of the class sessions for an entire year from the time that you buy it. And Photoshop World is another one of those conferences that's available there. It's all at KelbyOneLive.com. Now, I told you about the conferences, and I told you some of those conferences, and I believe we've got some behind the scenes of the landscape conference this time. So we're going to leave it at that and have a look at this.
So there are some things that we decided to do early on to make our online training really resonate with photographers and make it an immersive experience. We're in Manhattan with a ballerina from the New York City Ballet. Or when we teach you travel photography, you're right there with the instructor in the streets of Paris or Venice, learning everything from the camera techniques to the photography techniques to the camera settings. We're flying a squadron of warbirds in formation off the coast, and you're right there in the chase plane, and you see it all unfold right in front of you. Whether we're in the studio or out in the field, you're right there every step of the way. With 24/7 access, you can watch it on your desktop or laptop, your tablet or your phone. We even have an Apple TV app. You can also take classes offline, so if you're traveling, you don't have internet access, you can still keep learning. We've put together learning tracks that start you off by suggesting specific classes. And when you're done with that, you're ready to start exploring more than 800 classes. If you think your best images are still inside you, let us help you break through that, take you to the next level. We'll see you in class.